Oh, shit. Hello. I'm just setting up my music. How was everybody? Always forget to set up the music before I come in. Hi, I'm okay. A lot of energies come in, so I've had to take some time and balance myself out before I can come live. And I'll explain. I'm just hooking up my TV disconnected from the Wi-Fi. Huh? Okay. Guess I need peace and quiet today. Hey guys, kia ora. My TV doesn't want to hook up to the Wi-Fi, and as we progressively watch, my hair will start turning into a fluff ball. So I've got my fan going on. Oh, here we go. It's connecting. Just say yes. Come on. Yeah. Okay, great. Sorry guys, a bit unorganized this afternoon. I've had a lot of energy come in. I had a lot of intuitive insight, but the downside to intuitive insight when it comes in like it does is I have to clear space within myself. So I've had a lot of my own personal stuff come forward out of the deep, dark depths of my ocean of emotion. And I've just literally been going through some inner child healing today. And that's always tough because that means we have to look back and look at stuff we're trying to let go of. So I had a bit of a cry in the shower, and then I had to settle my emotions. But that's part and parcel of, learning to open up and do what I do, is that I have to have an open heart. So I have to clear whatever's sitting there to be able to receive things for other people. And that means that if I had any density in my heart chakra in my body or holding emotion, I had to get rid of it and release that out. So it happens sometimes, so don't mind me. I'm just trying to put the YouTube on. Hopefully it goes. Hi. How's everybody else's energy been? Has it been good? Kia ora. We'll try this one. Oh yeah, I'm not too tired. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of stuff. And I got a really strong message today. Talked about the divine feminine rising up. So that's a lot of, when the divine feminine rises up. I didn't even see that. It's interesting. Synchronicities. Sorry. So I wrote a message. I'll just turn this actually just down a little bit. I wrote a message that I intuited earlier this afternoon when I started to really open up. And it said, your soul longs to be the butterfly but will often consult with the caterpillar for direction and guidance. The soul holds value to the caterpillar's journey because it knows it went through the evolution to become the butterfly, and the butterfly was made only by the caterpillar's journey. And through that, the butterfly learns the value of transformation. And it's just weird because I didn't even notice it when I wrote it, but on the other page is a butterfly. So I wrote it on, I got this a little bit later in the year, so I have like January, February that isn't full, so I just write little things on there, and I just turned the page. I didn't even realize that, because you just keep carrying on. I started on this page, which is like there. I started writing there, and then when I flipped it over, yeah, and there's a butterfly. Butterflies came to me yesterday too. Has been, and it's funny too, because even it was weird, because even on my toilet paper there's like little butterfly patterns. Like, it's just a time of transformation, obviously. That's what the butterfly represents to me. So a time of rebirth, a transformation, and that makes sense, because today I've been really questioning within me what I'm resisting. Why am I resisting change or redirection? Because sometimes when we find things, difficult, or there isn't any flow, or it feels like there's your usual flow, like it's either slowed down or it feels bumpy, that often the universe slows us down to look and to understand what's going on. So they'll either slow you down to process something. So for me today was inner child healing, process information that's coming in. I had a lot of intuitive hits today, like a lot of powerful energy coming through me, and then having to clear all the residual energy that was weighing on my heart, and so I was feeling a little bit wonky today coming in. So I just wanted to have a shower, which took, that's why I'm a little bit late today. My hair's going to go really fluffy, don't just worry. And just do a great release and let it out, and let it go out from my body. And a lot of that is just about being truthful to myself, and looking within to align to my truth, and remembering what it is. Like, there's a lot of times that you have to recenter, reset, realign, and reprioritize what your values are, what your core values are. And often we can stray away from the path of the truth that we hold dear, because we could be influenced or distracted by others. And then you have to find a way back to your own, and find yourself again. So there's always this journey of going off, going forward, and then sort of getting all these divine detours that ultimately bring you back to where you started, and then carrying on from that point forward again. Has been a lot of life lessons, a lot of reality, not so much biting, but making itself known, because sometimes in the spiritual world you can often get caught up in your dreams, and you have to be mindful you don't get lost there. You have to be mindful that you return back to reality. And even for someone like me that has done this a fair few times now, it can sometimes be quite jarring, and that's for real. It's everything is new again, and you experience things brand new, even though you might have been through it a million times. But the mind is like, or your heart is like, well, you've done this now, you recover faster. You can let go of this faster, you can release this faster, you can understand it faster, and you can you cut through the truth to cut through the illusion to get to the truth faster. And so I just went through the motions today, let it go and process the information, and did my releasing, and wanted to come in and share some time with you guys, because I know it's Thursday, so we do the intuitive energies. But as you guys know, I always do like to do that chat and get me in sync and get me balanced again. Because being a highly sensitive energy, intuitive, it can be very jarring coming into lives, because as soon as you open up, you're feeling everybody's their main stories come forward. And there was a point in my day where I questioned, is this mine or is this somebody else's? Because sometimes it's hard to discern if what you're feeling is yours. But I feel like it was collectively across the board, collectively across the board, that we're all kind of processing stuff. That's same. That's what my main thing was today. Autumn was, what am I resisting? What about the change or the redirection that Spirit is giving me that I'm resisting? And a lot of that is about all the old stuff. Now, my issue is that, I've really grown as a person. I've really found myself really in amongst all the layers of pain and suffering. And I've found myself again. And the downside is that the world still believes I'm the caterpillar. When I look out to the world, and the world still believes I'm the caterpillar, but is it the world that believes I'm the caterpillar, or is it me? See, there's the dilemma. And so I've had to really look at it and realize that sometimes I revert back to the old way of thinking when times get tough or unpredictable, because there's an animalistic value in me that wants to be safe all the time. That's what someone said, that's very animalistic of you. There's a basic instincts is to be safe. Go back to what I know, because Spirit is always calling us into the unknown, and we have to, pretty much ascend or transcend past that animal instinct to retreat or to hide or to find safety, and actually stand and confront what is coming forward, or stand up for it. And I think the universe is just taking names now. They're like, who's ready to come across this line, this invisible wall that we often find ourselves stuck behind. And we have to let go of what we find is comfortable and move forward into a space of discomfort. And it is kind of scary. It is kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. Even for me, as a person that sort of like, I've just doing what I'm doing now, if you'd met me 5 years ago, I would have found this very, very difficult and very, very hard to articulate myself. But now, 5 years on, along my journey, well, it's very comfortable, it's easy. No, I wouldn't say comfortable. It does put me in a space of slight discomfort, but as we grow and as we this becomes a common practice for me, well, then my comfort zone grows bigger. But now the universe is sort of like, well, you're ready for stage, the next stage, going to the next level and extending your comfort zone even more, which is becoming discomfort. But that's where we learn. That's the thing about the butterfly. It is to become a butterfly, you have to go through total transformation, which is letting go of the old caterpillar journey and embracing something absolutely brand new. And don't know what we're transforming into, but hopefully better human beings. More whole human beings, more aware human beings, more loving and compassionate human beings. Well, that's the main goal, isn't it? Welcoming the new year. I love that. So it has been a tough day for me today, guys. I do apologise if I get a little bit emotional today while I'm doing these readings, or if I pick up on the emotion. It's just going to be where I'm at in a space of my sensitivity today. I'm not going to say I'm going to be emotional, but if I feel it, it's just going to come out of me. There will be no way to hold it back. you know, I try to come from a space of truth and good intentions for everybody out there to, you know, get the messages that they need. And so, yeah, well, I'll have to really get grounded today. So I'll do the communing circle connection meditation. It only takes like 30 seconds to a minute, or I'd say like 2 minutes if I start extending it. I'll get into that, and then Ashley will. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that you know, let it flow. We appreciate your truth. I appreciate that too. So Ashley will take your name. Yeah. Well, this I'm famous for, isn't it? My main reading that I have, my most popular reading, was me bawling my eyes out while I was reading these cards, because what you guys don't realize is that when I read those cards, they resonate for you guys as the collective, but I'm in that collective too, so it resonates for me. And because I don't quite read tarot the way that tarot normally comes out, well, I think it's within the normal realms, but it's just articulated differently, that I use it as a map. So it kind of, when I read that first reading, or that main reading they have on my page, it was emotional because I was part of that. You know, I was proud to be a part of that. And it was love that I cried. It was crying, love, tears, but it's you know, like real source energy is, it is very overwhelming for the human consciousness and condition. It's way more than we've ever experienced in a human body. So it can feel overwhelming at times. Yes, I think Ashley's on there, but yeah, let's get some new people in there, maybe if there's some space for them as well, Ash. And we'll just see, just because not everybody will have experienced the intuitive part. I think everybody pretty much gets the gist of the tarot, but the intuitive is more visionary and more in depth, I would say, because that's just when I just go into the place between here and there and coexist with your spiritual energy. See what your spiritual team wants to bring forward for your soul to express itself and move you out of any situations you may find yourself stuck in. Hopefully bring clarity, or just feel a sense of healing and uplifting in your energy. So we'll set the intention of healing, all those out there that are watching or in this chat today, and hopefully you'll feel better tomorrow. Because that's a cool thing, when we commune our energy and we connect, we create a safe space for us to share with each other, to share information, our stories, our experiences. Feel free to connect with everybody in here if you want to share your experience, or you know, it doesn't have to just be about a reading, and just communicate with each other. And when we create that circle, we create healing, we create support for each other, we create a space of love, vibration of love, which is very powerful and an energy that we can all tap into, so that these readings won't be draining to you and they won't be draining to me. It's all equally shared amongst all of us, and it's also a good way to connect with each other energetically for our highest good and highest purpose, with the protection and love of our spiritual team, which are our guardian angels, our spiritual guides, and our ancestors that have come for our highest good and highest purpose. And I always say these kind of words because they're important. They're important to set that intention right at the beginning of, you know, a live or a reading for a group of people, so they understand what's going on, what the energy will be like, and that they're looked after. That's the main thing. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to. If you really need a reading, that's okay. It's okay. I just, just sometimes the list fills up, and we may not always have space for the ones that haven't had one. You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to find another song, That song, I need something a little bit higher. I need something with higher vibration. That was nice, but it was low. Lower than I like. Come on. Oh, thank you. I was like, sorry, I think I put my makeup right up to the top of my... I was just trying to get my face looking less zombie-like because my eyes might be still a bit red from boiling my eyeballs out in the shower. That's a bit better. Oh, I got to sing. I got to check off one of my things on my bucket list, like something I've had since I was a young girl, and I used to love Richard Marx. He's come onto TikTok, and my favourite song was Hazard, and he ended up putting up it's not like a duet, but a sing along with him. I was like, today I got to sing with Richard Marx. I was telling my mum, I got to sing with Richard Marx today. I was so pumped. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that. Weirdly enough. That was like something I always wanted to do when I was a kid. I used to play his, because we used to record it on the video recorder, that song over and over. Rewind, play, or just sing the favourite bits and then rewind it back. And, I knew all and it was weird. Even, I think it was, it would have been like 13, 14 when his song Hazard came out. And I'm 43. So I still remembered all the words. I was quite proud of that, actually. And it was just so cool. It was just like, wow, this is something it was like the teenager in me, like, literally came to the forefront. It was like, went off fangirly, and yep. And then he says, oh, you can sing along with me. And then I was like, hell yeah. So I sat there for like, I think about an hour. And I was just singing really, really high because he sings low. And I couldn't hit those low notes. I had to go up really high. And I bet you it didn't sound... It felt good. I felt like I was singing in tune with him. But probably wouldn't if someone heard from the outside of my head. Yeah. I needed it. It lifted my spirits, made me feel good. It just randomly, you turn your phone on, and sometimes you just naturally go to TikTok or Instagram, or you don't even realize you just pick your phone up because it becomes habit, right? Automatic pilot. And I clicked it on, and here's the first video that came up, and I was like, oh, it's Richard Marx. He's on TikTok. And then so he sang Hazard. Oh, I'm gonna need lots of water for that. Gonna sing some tunes with us. Well, we can do group singing today. We can all get in on the song. If anything comes forward in my mind, I will definitely, I got to sing it anyway. And it's funny too, because I think I might have mentioned this before. When I used to do YouTube readings, well, I kind of got a bit stuck on there, so sorry guys. When we get resituated, when we move, be able to actually focus, it's been hard because everything's sort of in flux right now. And so, yeah, I just said, people, are you a tarot reader or are you a singer? You need to make up your mind. And I was thinking to myself, why can't I be both? I mean, singing sounds good inside my head. And then, oh, that's all right. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. About to start my shift. That's cool. Hope you have a great shift, yeah. Have a great time. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. Sorry, I probably wasn't reading. Yeah, I can do both. I probably wasn't reading all the comments. So sorry about that. Oh, thank you. So I'm going to have to get grounded. Really, really grounded today. Because the deeper you go down, the higher you go up. And we'll just get into the quick communing and connection meditation. And all you have to do is listen to my voice. And all it is just envisioning what I'm saying, taking 3 deep breaths, which is up through the nose, holding it wherever you feel density so you can focus, you can push down into the solar plexus, push up into the head, hold it in your heart chakra wherever that breath needs to go, focus that space, and when you clear it out, feel that blockage just leave you, so you'll just breathe down. And all we're doing is regulating and bringing everything into balance, bringing everything into sync, and aligning our energies to be more harmonious. So it's good for you, it's good for me. So we're just visualizing and taking 3 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths represent mind, body, and soul for me. So we're aligning that within us, outside of us, and with each of us, okay? And all I'm going to do is connect and interweave our energies together, creating a safe space. We're going to welcome in your spiritual team and connect down into the earth. Now we have to understand that the earth is a very powerful healer. She's free. she's a free healer. She's an abundant source of healing and energy that keeps us safe. Papa Tuanuku, Earth Mother, and we have to show her some love and connect with her as well. And then ground down and connect to each other. So we're just going to get into it. Just don't mind me breathing for a little bit first, because I'm going to have to ground it in. Okay, let's start. I will burn some sage. Just to get that smell. I always love the smell and aroma when I meditate. Sort of lifts the spirits a little. So if it gets a bit smoky, don't worry, it's okay. And I like to do the communion meditation because I like to create that safe circle and keep us all protected. Alright, sorry. Alright guys, if you just take 3 deep breaths slowly over the length of time, and once you've taken 3 deep breaths, just breathe gently and normally if I'm still talking. Alright. We're going to create a circle of light, connecting all of our energies together. I'm going to interweave our energy like a braid or a plait. Grounding down into the energy. Grounding down deeply into the earth. Going down and down. And down. Connecting there safely and gently. We welcome in our spiritual team, our spirit guides, our ancestors, our guardian angels. We ask them to bring forward messages for our highest good and highest purpose in this life and on this planet, in all time, in all dimensions. And we thank them for all that they do. See? Listen to that. Funny thing I heard in my head, but I'll say it later. Sorry guys. Come out, bro. We're just going to envision white light around us now, because there is negative forces at play. So if you can imagine white light just glowing around you, a circle of white light protecting you, keeping you safe in these times. Connecting our energy all together in safety and in purity. Anything negative will be repelled and sent away with love and compassion. Thank the universe and our spiritual team for keeping us safe and for allowing us to receive the message that we need. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. Okay guys, what I heard in my head is the devil, you know, and it's weird because when I said my ancestors and I heard a voice, and it was a message that I'd heard earlier, but I never posted it. Well, I think I wanted to, I may have. It was Denzel Washington, and Denzel Washington said, you know, when you're doing something right, the devil will come in, the devil will try and get at you. When you're doing something wrong, well, the devil just lets you be, because you know what, hey, that person's my favorite. I just felt a negative energy come in. You hear that car revving up right outside, literally right outside. And as my son walked in the door, something broke. It's this negative energy coming in. So that's why I sent that energy away with love and compassion, because that's the only thing that will transmute negative energy. It's like interference, trying to break the circle, trying to interfere in that flow, in that connection. We don't let it. So nothing can dominate us energetically unless we allow it. And we do not allow it to do that. That's what I mean. It's that message that I got earlier. Sorry guys. That message that I got earlier about, you know, when you're doing something right, the devil's going to come for you. You know, like that negative energy is going to come for you because they want to stop you. They want to slow you down. And when you're doing something wrong, well, because they want to stop you. They want to slow you down. And when you're doing something wrong, well, then you'll just continue doing it without interference. So, you know, when you're doing something right, you're protecting people, it's going to happen where they try to stop you, they try to distract you, and they try to dominate your energy, but you can just send them away with love and protection and with compassion. Protection for you, but with love and compassion. So that was just really interesting that I heard that in my head, and I was like, oh, okay. And I wondered why, and then, yeah, this interference trying to come in. So there may be negativity out there in our lives that we're seeing, that we're feeling, that may be a little bit overwhelming. But just be mindful that it's a very strong push by negative energy at this time to give in, to surrender. But I will never surrender to negativity anymore. And the only way you can is by being truthful and by speaking the truth. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that is right. Because sometimes, just sometimes, when you're super bright, you're going to get the most interference by the negative side of the energy. You know, I don't play games with energy. One thing I can do is transmute energy, but you know, it doesn't mean it doesn't try to come in and mess with me. But because it's sort of like I just felt it come in, and I was like, no. And I wasn't going to let it distract me or cut me off from connecting us all together, then protecting us all at once. It can be a lot. Never be afraid to show your light, Keisha. That's what they want. Yep. Yeah. We're all getting like that too. We're all realizing just how powerful we really are in our own right. That's why I said a lot of my messages were about the rise of the divine feminine, because it's time she rose up in each of us, and she was showing respect and compassion. You know, because it was just like, you know, because what I heard with that was that what triggered that response was I watched the video, and once again a masculine energy talking about feminine issues. No. Talk about masculine issues, and was saying that for the feminine to fully blossom and be successful, she must have the hold or container of the masculine energy. No, that is wrong. Well, at least from my point of view, that is not fully correct. That the feminine energy can rise on our own, just like the masculine energy can rise. But if the masculine energy is guided by the feminine energy, it will be easier, because she has love and compassion to raise him up. Because we're the mothers, right? The sacred feminine is the mothers. They raise the children up. You know, from the, you know, if they're healed and they do it properly, the sacred feminine energy is very nurturing. But in the same respect, she can be feared, because she has all this divine potency and creative and chaos energy as well. It's the same, like Ma Kali. She is a nurturing divine mother, but she was also a destroyer as well. She had both sides. And I just feel like the feminine right now is in a state where they're accessing love and accessing an inner strength that is starting to shine in these darker times, because these are the darkest days. You know, like if you look at what's going on in the world, it has to get, it's darkest before dawn, before the breaking of the light. And we just have to go through it and find our way through. So morning, can I ask follow for follow? Okay, sorry, I was just reading that one. I've got a list, I'm so sorry, and I'm going to get into it today. Sorry guys, took that moment to just get it out of my head. So who's first, please? No cards, intuitive. Kia ora. Oh, I've got sage. I was burning sage the whole time. I felt that. Look, my felt interference coming in. I've actually done a lot of developing in the last couple of days. A lot of development, like inner stuff. That's why I had to do some clearing today. So yeah, it's okay. I am like, let's just say I don't get any energy, I will pull an oracle card, but most of the times I'm going to get something. I've gotten pretty good at it. And it's just part of developing the mediumship. At some point you've just got to jump off the deep end into the deep end and see what you find. Yeah, did you hear that? Yeah, it was just something on my wall. Oh, well, that's okay. Did I scare you? I didn't mean to scare anybody. It's just the energy right now is like that. So the brighter we get, the stronger we get, the more we're open to attack, but also knowing that together we're stronger. It's sort of like not being individual, but being, like a hive mind, where we collectively do our jobs and keep each other's backs safe. Hi there. Yep, that's right. That is right. So it's Ashley. Sorry, did you put it up? Who was first? Latoya Toto 2. Okay. Latoya is first, thank you. Just give me a thumbs up, let me know you're there. That's right. And my philosophy today has been, as I rise, we all rise together. It's not just one person rising, we rise as a wave. Don't be afraid. Yep, that's right. Okay, alright, so I'm just going to go into a bit of a grounding and see what comes forward. And give me my head going, let go, let go, let go. Yeah, let go. That's what's happening, isn't it? Yeah. You're finding it hard to let go of something that may be playing a lot in your mind. Like, I get a specific song, so as you guys know, I get songs, I get symbols, I get like little snippets of information, and then I have to create the image, right? But you don't get shown the full image. Sometimes you get shown pieces like a jigsaw puzzle. There's a lot of nervous energy in your energy. You've been overthinking a lot, feeling a lot of anguish in the mind. Feeling a lot of overthinking about somebody, something. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I let go? This was like when I was going down into the energy. Should I let go? Should I let go? Let go, let go. It's hard to let go. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't feel like you have to make that decision straight away. So we often, a lot of us, we think that I have to decide it's now or never. But sometimes we have to wait till we have clarity and knowledge. And there's a main thing that was coming forward was, woundedness to wisdom. We move out of the space of being hurt or victimized or feeling negative about a situation. When we walk away from the victimization or the wounds and then look at it from a state of wisdom or with wisdom, that's when we access our higher self and look down upon the situation we've created. It's easier then to make the decision. So my message for you is you don't have to make that decision right now, and to let go of the thoughts that are causing you pain, because that's a lot of, like, I feel like I'm going like this and I don't bite nails, I don't pick at, you know, my nails like this, and I just feel like I'm just holding something. If there's an injustice, seek support. I will send you that message. If there was an injustice to you, seek support. But if you can, take some time to make the decision that's right for you. Don't feel pressured by others or feel pressured within you to decide now. You know, like you can say, oh, I'm going to give myself a week of just processing this information, of disconnecting from the pain and looking at it from a higher perspective and looking upon it from more angles, but in a way that is beneficial to me as a person. Because, you know, your mind can be a very crazy place to be in if it's not organized and if it's amplified. So often we have to regulate our energy down and find balance in our heart. One way to quieten down the mind is through connection to the breath. So anytime you feel overwhelmed, I say this a lot to people, when you feel overwhelmed, when life is getting to you, on top of you, when it's pulling you down, take a breath. Take a conscious breath. You know, deep. Fill yourself up with prana, good life force, positive energy. And then let it go where it needs to flow in your body, and then release everything else that comes out with it. So, you know, it's sort of like, yeah, because if there's something you need to decide on, they're saying don't make rash decision. Take your time with that, because it's a big decision, or it's a choice that, you know, that's been causing you anxiety or stress. But yeah, I send that to you with lots of love and good intentions, and hopefully that brings clarity for you today. Hi, I do have a list. Okay. But thank you, Latoya. That was instant. Okay, your energy was like boom. let go. But it was just the way it said it. And then I get this song, should I stay or should I go now? If I do, there will be trouble. It's usually, as I'm learning what my symbols are, that song usually means that there's a decision on what to do, what's the best way to go. If I stay, there will be trouble. If I leave, there will be double. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's not a win-win situation. And then I hear the song, all the things you said, running through my head. So these are like little signs and signals to me that there's a lot of stuff going on in here and in here. And then they were like, you know, woundedness, from woundedness to wisdom. And it was like looking at the situation from a high perspective so that you can gain the right decision for you. Okay, lots of love. Okay, I've got water over here. Oh, there's my water over there, sorry guys. Okay, who's next? Thank you, cuz. Cuz you don't have to send me gifts. Oh, awesome, I'm glad it does. Thank you. Okay, just let me know who's next. Tea time, okay. I saw the name Tea time, but I just wanted to confirm. Oh, it's her first reading. I'll be gentle. I'll try my best. So all I'm going to do is ground down into your energy. And then that just lets me get permission from your spiritual team. And then I'll just see what comes in. The process gets faster and faster the more that I do this, so... You need to let your energy flow better. There's a lot of the nostalgia in your energy as well. Have you been thinking about going to ancestral homelands or somewhere special by the water? All I'm seeing is a river flowing past at quite a great speed. And I hear the song in the background, which is Moon River, wider than a mile, crossing you in style one day. Is it the words? It's an older song, that's why I said it's nostalgia, because it reminds me of, like family times at the beach or family holidays where they get out the old guitar around the, everyone's having a bit of a beer. Not me, I was a kid. The adults having a bit of a beer and singing their songs around the fire. So for me that was quite nostalgic. Thinking about home a lot. The old times, the good times and the bad. That's usually how it goes. There were good times and there were bad times too, but sometimes the good times outweighed the bad. May need to get a bit of healing there. Soak yourself in the ancestral waters, in the mountains, and get reconnected with your ancestral lands again. And fill your cup again. I'm seeing whales out in the bay, it's usually a call home. My ancestors saying, come on, when was the last time? You might already be home, this might just be a reconnection within. But it's like, when was the last time you came to see us? Spend some time with us. I like what I see because it does feel serene. So it's like at your own time and pace. But I see the river, it was just interesting how the river was just going. No rapids, just a fast flow, and that was the strong word that I heard, which was flow. It's time to let that energy flow. Got quite an earthy feel to you as well. I really like it. It's like you see a lot of the way I feel. It's an interesting feeling that I have with your energy, because it's like very, not like a fairy, but like someone very natural, someone who is at home in the forest, who talks to trees like me, enjoys the birds in the morning singing their song, or just this at home feeling with the earth. You might actually be an activist or someone that wants to protect something important. Maybe the water, a water guardian. I see a lot of water, but I also see like trees and forest, and just sort of like being a part of it, feeling its magic, it's wider. Could be quite spiritually attuned or just naturally intuitive, knowing the needs and feelings of others. Quite caring towards all energy, not just humans, but to animals and to nature. Like it's like that, very earthy. I love your energy and what it's showing me, very kind and caring. And the cool thing is, this is the cool thing, I always say this all the time, when you show love to a certain energy, so like for me, when I showed love to the trees and the trees knew that I was a friend, they then spoke to each other. So every time I walked past the tree, they would send me love and they would send me positive energy. So it's sort of like the trees recognize you. It's like almost saying the earth recognizes your dedication and love to the earth itself, and it appreciates it. It appreciates your care and your guardianship. It's a very strong purpose. I just feel that in your energy. It's very, very soft, gentle, loving nature. Oh, you got a good sense of humour though. You got a wicked laugh. I like that. I just seen you crack up for some odd reason. It was full-hearted laugh, and I like that because you know. I'm not just saying it's a Māori thing, but Māoris, we laugh with our whole body. So I just felt that in your energy. Sorry, it's just how it came out. But definitely, this may be a calling home to protect something, to take guardianship of something. And I would just like to acknowledge that you are recognized for that, for what you're doing. And it may not show in your reality, but spiritually they're proud of you and all that you're doing for them. Even just the simple, everyday caring and connection with spirit, with nature. Yeah, but yeah, just that flow. Some odd reason you need to let your energy flow more, so you might be a little bit resistant to your spiritual connection to things. But that's okay. It can be overwhelming to feel and sense energy, but it is a natural thing that you have. I want to say it's a gift, but it's not a gift. It's just a part of you as you are. Most of our gifts are. They're just a natural progression to who we really are. No, it's like a gift is like something that's been given to you, but it's something you already had. You just may now be coming into the awareness of it. Yeah, but I send that to you with lots of love and good intentions. You want me to blow you a kiss? That was from the earth, just so you know. That was from the earth. Whew. I liked your energy. I always like everybody's energy when they step in, but just your aroha for everything. Like it's like a deep appreciation for things, and I love that. And that's why I said the earth acknowledges your dedication and your connection to them. They appreciate you being here and now, and hopefully you're not afraid to open up and let whatever's you're holding back to let it come in, because you're ready. You're ready. Very welcome. I like your laughter. That cracked me up. Like that's, like it's like I'd like to sit at the opposite side of the table when you're having a bit of a laughing sesh. Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you. Tizzy. Yeah. No, I loved it. You got good vibes. And the cool thing is, it's that deep inner light that people have that in the darkest times will lead you through, because life's like that. It's not always love and light. Sometimes it's deep darkness, and it's that inner light that truly shines in the darkness that will guide you through any rough patches that you come across. So it's just getting in touch here and opening up here. Okay, Sarah, yes. Hello. Thank you. Oh, awesome, 100% correct. It's okay if you come back and I don't think I'm going to get through these as fast as that, so don't worry. Hello. Welcome, Sarah. Oh, well, my hands feel cold today. Dropped in temperature. So I've just been, just warming them up, sorry. I am playing music, and for some odd reason tonight we've got cars going up and down the drive, or not the drive, the street, tooting and revving and all sorts. Oh, okay. Yeah. What are you hearing? Yeah, that's okay. Hello. Alright guys, I'm gonna do Sarah. I'm getting conflicting energies here. It's interesting. I think there has been a space of you overthinking a lot or feeling overwhelmed by something, and processing it fully inside your mind. It may be about family. It may be because it's like I want to say this is not okay. Like that's how you're feeling about something. This is not okay. So someone may have done something that has put you in a, not in a, I don't want to say compromising situation in any way that would seem negative, but in a situation that makes you feel tense about being in there, being a part of it. So it's almost like it's okay. Sorry, had to just take a moment there. I just heard, I don't want no scrubs. Sorry, I don't know why that song's coming in. Scrubbing a guy who can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side. Okay. Someone just may have revealed to you that they weren't who they said they were, or weren't what they said they were going to be. And put you in a situation, like where you, because it's important that, like ultimately when it comes to your family, you put them first. So don't ever make me feel like I have to choose between you and my family, because that's not fair. Because the thing is, you wouldn't do that, would you? You would never put someone in a predicament or position where they had to choose. You would just fully understand. So I don't know if this makes sense to you at all. I feel like there's a lot of overthinking going on about something that wasn't quite right. Yeah. Understand what is valuable to you and know why it's valuable to you, and then your decision will be clear. There is no other decision. Use your wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom. That's a cool thing. Like you actually know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. This is what they said. You know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. Time to access that for yourself. Discernment, wisdom. Take a bite of that apple of knowledge. I know that seems negative to a lot of people, but it's better to know than not know. That's what they sang me, Prince, Diamond and Pearls. My throat is not the best today. But as you know, just hear it. And then for me, that is my symbol for value. What is important to you? It's funny because I keep seeing a little girl in the doorway. I don't know why. I see a little girl just standing in the front door. Like it's just the same image. Like she's waving goodbye, or just standing there smiling. You know? She's not going out the door, she's just at the door. I think it's very clear to you what is the most important, for sure. Family first. And this is why the conflict. Conflict of interest, maybe. But I feel like someone just showed you their real agenda, and it may have just put you in a weird space. But whatever you have already decided in your mind, you know, when I said that, what you had already decided, that is probably the best decision. And it's like, am I going to make a mistake or not? I say, sometimes we make mistakes, but then they end up showing up to be actually great mistakes, because they can lead you into other places and better things. You know, sort of like there's better things waiting for you, but you have to make that decision to go. It's funny how everyone's in that space of making a decision. I guess I'm not the only one. Oh, it's okay. Don't repeat a circle or a cycle. I just see the energy going round and round in circles. Don't get stuck in a mind loop. Don't get stuck in a cycle or a pattern. It's like we're evolving out of that space now. Like you're a fully grown woman. That's what they're saying. You're a fully grown woman now, so it's like time to trust your instincts and know your experience, and the things that you do know have value, and you know what is valuable to you as a person, and then that decision becomes very clear. So I send that to you with lots of love and good intentions, and hopefully it made sense. So I just keep my eyes closed, because sometimes it's easier for me not to know whether or not you're confirming things. So for me, less context or less details are actually better for me. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah. It was almost like if you were second guessing something, now's not the time. Now's not the time to play that game. You know what to do. Because sometimes it's good not to know, you know, like for me to pull answers out of some random hat that I've got down my sleeve, and not know what's, you know, anything about anything, and then just let that step forward. Okay, awesome. Lady. Higgy. You're very welcome, Sarah. Hopefully that helped. If it doesn't, just say it. Just tell me. You guys don't have to say thank you. And if it made no sense, I had a lady come forward the other day, and she was saying, even though the reading that she got was spot on, it wasn't her. She was just a message was relayed to me, and then she said, but after the reading was done, she'd forgotten what I'd said, and I said, well, that's exactly what happens to me too. Like, it's hard to retain people's. Sometimes I can remember little bits, but most of the time, I'll literally not remember any of the readings. It'll just be specific ones that will jump out and stay with me, and they're usually ones that I see myself in. So sometimes when you come to me for aftercare, what I call aftercare, which is questions about your readings, sometimes I don't always fully understand what's being said. So if my reply is short sometimes or very brief, it's probably because I can't remember it. Yeah, just straight up, just, it's okay. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Sorry, I shared that message a little bit, but it was because it made sense, because I literally go, I forget. Because when I open up, this is one thing I'll explain about mediumship. For me, when I do readings, is that when I open up, I let them take all the storage space. So there is nothing to hold on to, and when they leave, they take it with them. And it's just allowing space to create the image is the word I want to use. I'm so sorry, guys. I know that it's hard, but because my list fills up very fast. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I do have my little book here, a diary, where I write things down. So if I get stuff, let's just say like for my intuitive messages, if I get stuff, I write it down because I know I'll lose it. So my message today was about, the soul wants to be the butterfly. But it will, okay, I'll read it again. Says your soul longs to be the butterfly, but will often consult with the caterpillar for direction and guidance. The soul holds value to the caterpillar's journey because it is through that evolution that the butterfly is made. Only through the caterpillar's journey, the butterfly learns the value of transformation. So a lot of us will always have a tendency to go back and look for wisdom in our journey. And the thing is, the butterfly only has the caterpillar, so a lot of us can refer to the caterpillar as the past, but also of the higher self, the wiser self, the self that sacrificed so much to become the butterfly, or itself, the old versions of you. But sometimes in that journey there's a lot of pain and suffering, so we go back, we ask for information, because it's the only thing we know and can rely on for information and guidance, or direction and guidance. But sometimes the caterpillar doesn't know the full voyage of what a butterfly will go through, because it's never been one. It's only ever been the caterpillar. So isn't that a paradox or a paradigm or whatever? Something that's it's a cycle. It's an interesting thing that came in. So that's all right. What it was woundedness to wisdom. It was just a message. I actually have that in one of my decks. Actually, I wonder if I can find it. I'll read it to you guys. I think it's the Sacred Scar. I think it is. What number would that be? Is it 11? 11, yeah. These are good of memory about some things. Other things not so much. But this is one of my favourite decks, so... Yep, okay. So, I'll just read this little passage. Just having a little break right now. It's called Sacred Scar number 11. And it says, your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. There are signs of strength and survival, of your willingness to be alive. The sacred scar speaks of that which once caused pain, being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process, and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do, you are strong and shall flourish on all levels. And I just keep hearing that. I've heard it all day. Woundedness to wisdom. And for me, when something keeps coming forward, there has to be a point where I have to address it. So I'm glad that came forward again. So sometimes, as you guys know, when I am coming into a life, I start getting everybody's messages prior, and I hold it. And then it could be why I had to heal a lot and clear a lot, because there's a lot of energy that needs to be cleared within people. And then it'll just sit in me. I don't know if you've noticed today when I was doing my messages that I was just like rah, rah, full on, and then just thank you, having to relay the messages as they come in. All right. It's okay. Yeah, with reality. Okay. I think I got told who was next. Okay, Ash, you're going to have to tell me who's next. I have to get my water, so I'm nearly finished this one. One sec, guys. Either it cooled down or I'm getting cold. Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, okay. We're ready. Okay. So I'm just going to ground down. Ooh. Yeah. This is a time of releasing for you. It's like I release my shame, and I release my blame, and I release my guilt, and I release all things that hold me back from being who I need to be in this time. Hasn't been easy, has it? Releasing is tough, and it's sort of very uncomfortable at times. Because sometimes we don't even know half of the stuff that wants to come out. We don't even know it's sitting there until it actually rears its head up and says, I'm here to be healed. You know, it's just like it pops out of you, and it's just like, oh, I've always been here. You know, haven't you seen me here before? You're like, oh, well, I did notice you over there, but, you know, I kind of just let it go. Or just pretended you weren't there. And that's very human. Don't think I've done that heaps. But you're just really, what came forward is that you're just learning to cut through the bullshit. You're just learning to cut through the bullshit now, which is a very strong time, a very empowering time. But it's sort of like in receiving all that energy and all that power, how do I carry myself now? How do I walk? How do I talk? You know, how do I be now? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. And my answer is do nothing. Because in doing nothing, you do everything. So it's learning to be. Learn to be in this time of discomfort, in this time of change, in this time of releasing all these negativities from you, like literally from your body, because you can hold them like an injury, right? We talk about this a lot. Memories, trauma, they're like memories sitting in our bodies, making us sick, making us sad, making us unhappy. Because it's energy that's stuck, okay? So when we're going through a space where we need to transform, or we need to remove all the, all the gunk, all the resin from the past, or residual energies from the past. And some of those things have been sitting in us for a long time. And sometimes trauma can be as simple, what I heard this morning, sometimes trauma can be as simple as someone taking your ice cream and throwing it on the ground. And the body will take that as a negative and hold it. You know, so every time someone takes something from you that you like, or destroys something that you want to have, it'll re-trigger this memory from your childhood. That was just an example, but it's just this pattern that'll come forward that'll constantly remind you of this pain that you have. And to really truly heal, we have to at some stage release it from us and let it go. So you can speak it out of you. I do that a lot. I just let go of everything, and I say anything that doesn't belong to me, I release it to the earth, I release it to the universe with love, with good intentions, or love and compassion, and allow that to be transmuted away and return to you clean and clear. A lot of inside work going on for you, and that's the hardest time, when we go in and we have a dig around and we see what's sitting in those depths of us, and we can often find a lot of junk that's sitting there, But if you dig deep enough, you might actually find that inner treasure, that light, the light switch, and turn it on. That's where you're going. You're just ready to turn the lights on and see things clearly. So when we go through a state of release, we're actually digging and looking for the truth, our truth. And the thing is, the truth doesn't always make you popular. The truth doesn't always make you cool. And the truth doesn't always make you comfortable. Or anyone else. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful that when we find some truth, sometimes truth can be very freeing, but also it can be very painful. There are things that you'll have to look at again that you may not have wanted to. I feel seriousness in your energy, so I feel like you're really committed to this at this, like I'm really committing myself to healing, or I'm really committing myself to my spiritual path or my healing journey, and I'm just learning what I need to learn to get through this stage, because whatever stage I'm in, it feels difficult, it feels serious. Oh. I just heard a song off in the distance, and who sings that song? Oh gosh, Crowded House? It's old school. And it just, okay, I'm going to sing. I get nervous, you guys know that. It goes, I hope I never have to see you again. So it's definitely letting go of something, releasing something from you. And it's like, I never want to look at this, I never want to deal with this again. That's breaking a cycle. That's breaking a pattern. I feel courage in that time. Feel courage in you, in your journey. Because it's sort of like facing your fear and dealing with the issue and going straight for the heart, the heart of the issue and dealing with it. And that's brave. So I send that to you with lots of love and good intention. Be brave, have courage at this time. It may be a little bit unsettling, but you are seeking the truth and you will find it. Time of inner magic. The time of inner magic is what I heard right at the end. So that's good. Turn that light switch on. You're ready. That's what I'm going to be telling everybody tonight. You guys are ready? You are ready. We're all ready to change and to transform into what we need to be. So hopefully, yes, that does make sense for you. Thank you, guys, for the likes. Always laughing. Always laughing. I got my eyes closed, so I don't even get to see. Hopefully, it wasn't my singing. Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Oh. Yeah, no, we're ready. We're ready. It's just time. We've got no. It's almost like it's not so much that it's crunch time. It's not. It's more that it is a critical time to change, and it's sort of like if you go into resistance to the energies as they start elevating, because everyone's saying we're elevating. Well, we're actually not elevating. We're attuning to the elevation of the frequencies and energies of the earth. The earth is raising itself up. It's coming to life. Like in a big way. And we either have to rise with that energy or find so much resistance that it will be really unbearable. So that's why we're ready to change, because I wouldn't want to miss this wave. you know, of energy. I wouldn't want to be left behind, because the world that we're going to get left behind in is not a pretty one. So we want to go to a place or a mindset or a collective that is more enlightened. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. You know, but most of the time I walk around in hoodies. So it's only for you guys that I actually try and look normal. And not like a zombie. Yes, you can. Feel free to do so. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry. I would, if that was me watching me singing, I would have a giggle too. I might have to put my hoodie on in the end, but it's okay. We're good now. Yeah. I had to put extra on today. I tell you, sorry, I look glowy. I guess the bags are for real. Yeah, I'm sitting on a blanket, I think. Oh no, the blanket's over there. Maybe that might be a good idea. It was just, usually I like the fan going because I get really, really hot. But today, I think it cooled down today. I think it cooled down a lot. All of a sudden. And my fan was getting cold. Yeah, I know, I just got out of the COVID kick. I don't want to get sick. I should be good. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. It is, yeah. Just tonight, eh? Yeah. Winter sucks. Winter does suck. Alright, who's next? Better get through these. I think I've only done like 3. Oh gosh. Let's get some sage up in. There's some sage up in here. Bit of Palo Santo. Oh, that smells nice. Got some rosemary. Because like when I make my sages or my smudges, they're like rosemary, sage, thyme, lavender, and some flowers from the garden. And it actually smells really nice. Like it's like multiple smells coming in. That's quite interesting. I'm extra clearing today. Sorry, I get carried away sometimes. Danielle, okay. All right. Danielle. It's funny because I see myself, I can feel myself tuning in to your radio station. Tuning into your vibe. It's funny because I heard, okay, it's just going to maybe do this. Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high. Why watermelon sugar high? I kind of like that song too. Just let me just talk because that's just how it usually goes. Because when I was trying to find your vibe, it was like dials, and I had to turn to actually hear what they wanted to say. It was watermelon sugar high, which seems poppy, you know? Not poppy, is that a good word? Upbeat, yeah, that's a word. Quite upbeat, fun-loving, colourful. Might be a good time to relax and just sort of like have a bit of a weekend girls' night out, or you know, like a good time to get like a mani-pedi and, you know, pamper yourself. Might be a great time for social connections. Like, I feel like that's more of a party vibe. Feels like you might have been a bit too serious lately, so it'd be good to unwind or relax. Enjoy the last of the summer vibes, because it is a summer song, eh? Sweetness of summer. There is a feeling like, you know, the nights are getting longer too. The days are getting shorter. Like, it feels like there's a little bit of time pressure about something. Like you feel like if I don't get to do this now, I'm gonna miss out. That's how it feels like too. This is a good time to go about doing what it is that you know you want to do the most at this time. And that feels like it is social connections, or getting out and about, out of your normal routine into something of a group setting, a get together. It's a community event of some sort. You know, you get to dress yourself up and look fine, looking good, feeling confident, like it's going to help you feel better. I don't feel like you've been a hermit. I don't feel like you've been withdrawn. I just feel like you've had a lot on your plate lately, and so you've had to deal with stuff. And now it's sort of like, you know, everything's starting to sort of fall into place, and now it's time to just go out and, you know, spice up your life through, you know, connecting with light-hearted others. And I mean light-hearted as in light. Good people. Soul food. Good tunes, like good music, good vibe. Good wine. Good drink. And be able to party, but in a mellow space too. Like, I see this, like, it's sort of like a form of relaxation. Good time to have a good laugh and a giggle and catch up. Yeah, it feels like there's not much time left though, so I don't know whether this is because you're doing something soon or because it's going to get cold. You know, the change in the weather. Because there's an acknowledgement for that. I don't know why that keeps coming in. But I just see you in a group setting. I see you laugh. It's weird because I just want to say Nix. Everybody knows who Nix is in New Zealand, eh? I don't know why. I don't know why she's coming in, but it's almost like sitting in something like that, where she's there and there's a whole bunch of females and they're just all talking and vibing. It's pretty cool. I would say if you felt like you couldn't join in with these people, if you felt like you're not in this kind of league, or you are, don't even doubt that you aren't. You are. I would say you have the right kind of influence, if that's anything to confirm for you. Might be just getting involved in more community things that are important to you as well. Yeah. Okay. There is this need to stay focused. There is a need to stay focused on your energy, on what it is that you're trying to be, that you're trying to grow at this time, like, you know, whatever that may be for you. But there is also this need to get out and unwind. So you have to find balance. It's sort of like all work, no play makes for a very dull day, you know? It's time to just sort of kick the shoes off and get into some kind of energy lifting around people that you would value the opinion of, that would make you feel good, and a light-hearted, they just keep saying light-hearted company. Because once again, you're ready for this next level of movement for you. Whatever it is you're focusing on building, they are encouraging it. Do you think we would make you do this for no reason? Do you think we would make you do this without a probable cause or proper cause? Of course we wouldn't. Something shifted in your life to allow great change. Are you ready? Great opportunities ahead. Bigger and better than you realize, which I like. It sounds like success to me, doesn't it? In all its forms. So I send that to you with lots of love and good intentions. Hopefully that made sense to you. I feel good about it. And it's funny because my head felt heavy when I first went into your energy. It actually feels lighter and clearer right now. So thank you. I think I needed to tell you that. I think you needed to know that. So I feel better. I feel more energized about that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. Whew. Hopefully that made sense. Because, it's funny because at first it was hard to find you in there. But then when I really just sort of let them guide me through, tuning in, I was able to hear your song. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I don't know, I just saw Nix in there. I saw Nix, CWK. I saw her in there, in your vision. Yeah, okay. I felt really good in your energy. Like, things are coming in. And I don't say that just to make you, just so that it pleases you. I say that because that's how it felt. I wish you all the best with that. That sounds exciting. It was amazing energy. Okay. That's good. Okay, well, that's cool. Actually, that's actually what it was. It was almost like, summer vibes, catching that last of the summer sun. Okay, MX Kiwi 22. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. All people above my head. What do you mean? Actual people or energy people? Because I wouldn't be surprised when I channel. I have spiritual guides that stand with me. Yeah, have fun for all of us that don't get to have fun, because I have to clean the shed out this weekend. It's not going to be fun. I wish I was going on a girls' weekend away. Hello. Hello, you're new. MX Kiwi 22. Let's go deep dive. odd reason, just for a moment, I saw all these, like, it's just the way that it was expressed to me, so just don't mind me while I try to find the understanding to that. I saw, all these X's everywhere, as if it was like marked, like on a map, X, X, X over here, X, all these different areas marked out with an X. And the phrasing was, X marks the spot. So I feel like, if anything I can give you right now is that you've actually covered all your bases. You may have been mapping out an area to either, I don't know what I'm seeing here, transverse, or, like hiking, or like I'm seeing like a map space where you've just like all these X's, and then they said X marks the spot. So there's certain areas that you know you can go, and certain areas that you know you can't go. And that sort of like, for me, was like to trust your own experience in this situation, in all situations that arise, because you know how to turn and you know which way to go, because you've gone over this a million times and you've memorized things and you know what to do. Like, it's almost like you've mapped out a certain situation, and through practice and experience, you know every curve of this map. Like, I'm seeing trees and hillsides. Like, it's interesting what's coming in. Sorry. And I just want to say that to you, like, for you, your message would be very quick, and that is because there isn't much else I can tell you that you don't already know. The future looks bright, something I will say to you. But that's where I look anyway, to the brightness of your future. Let's make sure you're looking towards a bright future as well, and envisioning it, bringing it into detail. Keep the mindset positive, because there'll be some really tough curves in this map. Like, there's some really tight spots in which if you turn the wrong way, you probably would go the wrong way. So just be mindful to learn to adapt and adjust and be flexible in all this movement. So I feel like, I don't know if it means that you're moving somewhere or going somewhere, but that's just how it's coming out, like a treasure map. But it doesn't feel like a treasure map. It feels like a path. And I'm just seeing forests and hills and things like that, terrain. And their main advice is to keep a positive attitude, focus on a bright future, and trust and rely upon the experience and knowledge that you do have, because you know what to do. You've memorized everything so far. Like, it's almost like muscle memory, It's almost like, what did they show me that for? That's interesting. On Cars, the movie Cars, and there's that really tight corner, and he says, you got to turn left to go right. And, every time he would try to take the corner, Flash, is his name? I've forgotten the names of the cars. So he had the new car, or the young car, and the old car, right? And every time the new car would go around, he would always spin out in that corner. And then it wasn't until he watched the old car do that course, take that corner, and he saw him, and he asked him how he did it, and he said, you got to turn left to go right. You know what I mean? So there'll be corners that you're going to hit in your path forward where you have to turn left to go right, which I don't know if that makes sense to you. Some tight corners that will need a little bit of experience and opposite action to your normal response. But you know what to do. That's what they keep saying. You know what to do. You can trust your experience. All you have to do is keep a positive mindset and look forward to a brighter future. Yes, I send that to you with lots of love and good intentions, and hope that made sense for you. Lightning McQueen, thank you. And I'm going, Lightning Jack. It's like, no, turn left, I go right. Here's a weird thing that just popped into my head, which was when he was telling him, you've got to go left to go right. It's when they take that corner and it's the drift, right? It's the drift. The drift. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah. It's interesting. So even when I look at it, it's like I can see, it's like a map, but it's in 3D, and I can see trees and I can see terrain, mountainous terrain, but right in the middle is this path going all the way through, and it's like these little markings on the map. That's what I could see, like here, don't go here, go here, and it's just like mapping things out and like a plan that you may have. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. Yeah, you know what I mean by that, eh? It's like got to go left to go right, to take that sharp corner so you wouldn't spin out. Yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. Alright, thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh. Oh no, the water went down the wrong way. Sorry. That's what happens when you read and breathe at the same time. Thank you, Des. Yep. Sorry. I know, that's good. It's like really stuck in there. Oh, but it did get cold for me too. And I'm usually pretty hot, so that water's going to stick in my throat. I've actually had a bit of a sore throat chakra. I think it's because I was throat chakraing out all my truth today, and your throat's a bit sore. Yes, you are. Yes, you're grown up now. Well done. I think we all are at this point, hopefully. All right. Yeah, well, Ash is she's a hot body anyway. I'm usually like I'm like one of those I have cold hands all the time kind of person. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Miracle. Hopefully they were the right angels. Hopefully they're the good ones. Yep, cool. All right. Let's get into it. Let's see what comes forward. So I'm just using the Merlinite to ground my energy. But it feels like the energy softened, so that's good. When I first came in, because I was telling you guys I was feeling emotional, but that was because I had to clear some of my stuff from my heart chakra. Because you've got to come in with an open heart and an open mind. But let's see what's coming forward for you. Elizabeth Rose. This is a really good time to relax into your journey. Like I feel like that need to just release all the tension from my body and become flexible and in flow. I feel like sometimes we get tense in that because we get so used to either overworking or being on guard that we've forgotten the art of just being subtle, soft and sensual. And I'm not saying that you're not sensual or anything like that, but sometimes we forget that we need those spaces as well. And that in those soft, subtle, sensual spaces, there's a lot of, I want to say, energy, sizzle. But it's more like sacred energy. And it's just the ability to just be. And it's sort of like sometimes we may feel that we need to achieve things and do things within the spiritual realm or within a healing journey, but that will unfold naturally within you, whether you either try to resist it or whether you allow it or surrender to it. So this is a good time to relax because Spirit needs you in that soft and flexible space to be able to change and move through you, you know. And you have to understand that, like for me, I feel a lot of feminine energy coming forward for us, that the rise of the divine feminine within each of us, even in the masculine men, you know, it's like whether they want to accept that or not, they do have feminine energy, and that's rising in them too. But the main shape and form of the feminine is this very strong, soft beauty. It's like getting what you want with honey instead of salt, by being not so much in a state of pleasing, but in a state of being pleasant. You know, like it's that kind of energy. In a place of peacefulness and of compassion. That's going to be a big word you're going to hear me say a lot, is compassion. And then most essentially of love and joy. So this is going to be a great time for you to get in touch with you, to get in touch with for some odd reason I want to say your sensuality, your femininity, and allow her to come forward, because that's a very strong space. That's why I said right at the beginning, the feminine energy is very, very powerful because of her potency and her potential and creative energy and inner magic. Magic just means the ability to use energy, okay, and create things. So if you really, really, really want to expand, this is a good time to get in touch with you, to get involved with you. Like this is a lot about self-care, self-awareness, self-love. You know, sort of like allowing yourself to just rise up and feel good about things. And knowing right now I can relax my guard, I can release the tension in my body, I can feel free to just do what I need to do for me without carrying guilt or responsibility at this time. Because it's in the nothingness of doing, like the wholeness of doing nothing. It's a strange concept, but it's in the nothingness that we become everything. Like, so when we learn to be still, you know, that means also learning to quieten the mind, relax the body, and it's in that emptiness. This is something the Buddha talks about, learning to be empty, that a lot of the intuitive space comes forward. If that's something that you really want to connect to, if that's something you really want to enhance, you first must learn how to be still and quiet and feminine and powerful and sensual, and all those, all combined into balance, into wholeness. And I feel this very soft way about you, and I like it. Because you could use that energy for a lot of negative things. You could. But you don't. You wouldn't anyway. That's not who you are, and that's not something you would do. So you're the perfect person that needs to get in touch with themselves and connect with self, because that's the doorway to your divinity. It's through the knowing and love of self. And then allow that connection to come in. The rise and the fall of your breath. The rise and fall of your heart. The rise and fall of your mind, your body, your soul. And then the rise up to connection to your divinity. I just ask, where is this all leading us? It's just learning for you to find moments of peace, to find moments of loving yourself and bringing you into balance, into prosperity, into love, into joy, and bringing back all the parts of you and reclaiming who you are and understanding your own power and strength. This is a very powerful time for you, for all of us, to learn to do this. I'm going to say the 12th of April, things are going to get very, very different energetically. And this is why they want us to open up our minds and open up our hearts, because it's going to be a lot of energy and a lot of intuitive insight. Personal, intuitive insight. And once again, you're ready. You're ready to open up your heart and your mind. You're ready to receive those messages. Like to learn to hear yourself. Your soul, your higher self, or however you perceive as that inner space, that intuitive voice of finally hearing it for yourself for the first time. You're ready. But first you have to embrace yourself. That's all. That's all they're asking. Embrace who you are. The entirety of yourself. And then open your heart and open your mind to your connection. Okay. Okay. It's like being able to feel true love for the first time. Real love. Something deeper and something that is more wholesome to you as a person than you've ever felt in your entire life. That's the connection. And it's like the first time you ever feel that. I know this sounds weird by saying first time. There's a lot of firsts for you. But the first time that you truly welcome in Source's love, or love from Source directly, you'll realize how much you're missing out on. And you'll recorrect everything in your life to be able to access that space in a way that's healthy for you, for your highest good and your highest purpose. I send that to you with lots of love and good intention, and hopefully that made sense. It was like I saw you walking through a door and you're going, bye. And I was like, okay, time to go. Bye, Latoya. That was a beautiful, beautiful energy. It was so nice. And it's almost like I could see like a rose, just the budding of the rose, you know, it's sort of like the twisting of the petals. Have you ever watched like a time lapse of flowers and how they grow? They have like this little dance coming out from the ground, and they go like this, and then they kind of twist around in circles. It's an interesting thing. That's what I could see in your energy, was just this rose, sort of the buds coming up, and then they were just twisting around and around. It was lovely. Oh, okay, Mel. Uh-oh. Where are we going today, Mel? I joke. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, thank you, Natasha. Hi, Louise. I can't see. You're very welcome. Hopefully that makes sense for you. It's just a really good time for you to really activate your intuitive gifts. That's all. Whatever gifts you have there, they're ready to unlock. Sage. Oh, that was a beautiful reading. Yes, but I think my list is pretty full. I'm sorry. It does fill up very fast. I suppose I should put that it's free reading so that there's no confusion. I mean, that's not the first time someone's come in and asked that question. So I do apologise for not having something that says it is free readings. Oh, thank you. I just let the words come forward. Like, it's almost like that. It's like someone is there speaking to me, and then I just carry on what I'm sensing, I'm hearing. Sometimes I can hear a voice, and it'll sound in the fullness of my head, and sometimes it'll just be just as if someone's standing here whispering in my ear. Sometimes it's a word, not so much the full phrase, but it'll be a word that will lead to a thought, and then I'll just bring that. Yeah, some of it is translating, some of it is literally transferring the message. Oh, I think my list is pretty full, but hopefully you never know at the end. I have to get through this. It's the 100th. Oh. Yeah, I need to put, I suppose I don't, because I just put current energies, vibes, and cards. I think I put cards in there. I did put cards, didn't I? Is Mal gone? Oh, on Sunday, Natasha, I do Q&A, so it sort of just allows my, but okay, for all my followers that actually follow me, which I know that's Louise and Natasha, if you go into one of my videos and just comment, can I have a reading please? I can do some quick little TikTok videos for you guys if you don't want to miss out, just for you two. Oh, okay. Alright. So if Louise is there and she heard me, she might have already got a reading from me. But if you want one, just message in one of my videos, and I don't mind doing that for my followers. Sorry, I've got like a frog in my throat. Don't say I'm getting sick. Okay, Mel, let's get into it. let's just see where we go this time. Okay. So there's an interesting feeling that's coming through in your energy. There is a feeling of having to really balance something inside and find clarity on something. So I feel like I've, I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like it's literally like the crystals that I'm holding right now. I have my Moolanite, which feels strong and powerful, and then I have my clear quartz over here, which feels light, and it feels like it doesn't have the fullest potential. But if you were to ask me which crystal was of the higher vibration, it would be this crystal here. This is the clearing, amplifying energy. So it's only with this crystal that this one feels stronger, if that makes sense. And it's sort of like, this might be a small little, sorry, this is the way it's coming out. This might be a small little crystal, but when it connects with all the other little crystals, just like it, how much powerful it would be than this one crystal. So don't ever underestimate your power and energy. That's been flying out of my hand. I think I threw that. Your power and your energy. Hold tight to it and don't let it go. For you, the fog is lifting. If anything, your energy, your spiritual talents are amplifying and clearing. And that just comes from you understanding your platform or the area in which you hold strength. Like there's a lot of recognition within you. Okay, it's more like trust and confidence. That even though I may seem like this tiny little crystal, watch out if I zap you pew, pew, with my energy. Whiplash. Let's just say, you got a bit of a bite to you, which we know. Lovely, lovely, lovely soul. But, jab it in the eye. It's just the energy. Don't think I won't use this little energy in a way that is, I'll get you. Yeah. It's more for those that cross you or your enemies. Anyone that shows himself to be an enemy. But the main value of this particular crystal, if you can refer to yourself as being a clear quartz, is because of its clarity, even though this particular one won't be so clear yet. But when it's polished and it's refined, it's almost crystal clear. So there's a maturing in your gifts too. A maturity within you as a person and a maturity of the gifts that you have. Now, I want to say it's gifts for me, but that could literally go across the board. It may not just be spiritual. But you bring one thing online or awakened within you, then everything else will awaken too. Inside of you, around you, within you, as a person, in the mind, in the body, in the soul. Might be a little rough around the edges at this time. Funny that I get that song. So we're going to sing it because you guys know this is what I do. It said, this is an old school song, so I don't know if you know it. It says, find the right notes, Sonia. slow hand. I need a lover with an easy touch. Sorry. I want somebody who will spend the time, not come and go in heated rush. I want somebody who will understand. I want a lover with a slow hand. It's like that. Be gentle with me. I might seem rough, but inside I'm caramel inside. What is it? Ooey gooey caramel center. Don't worry, that person will come forward. The right person. Because as you elevate, this is the cool thing I love about knowing that everybody's rising up slowly but surely into their natural selves. That's why I said we've got to stop calling them gifts, but already abilities that you have that you are now sort of like polishing and refining. As you awaken things, they awaken other things within you, and it becomes your natural self. And I love that energy is that when you rise up into your true self, into your true authentic vibration or energy signature, you then attract that which belongs to you. And that can often mean love in the right way. Someone who gets you. You don't have to worry about that. I still feel that energy in your vibe, but I think this was you last time too, that there was love coming in. Still there, but in the right way. In a way that is very much like you. A clear quartz, transparency, clarity, amplification, and support of who you are and of each other. Don't give up, because that's not that far away. And I don't like to give, things that would suggest it's right around the corner, but it's there still. You just got to wait for this person to decide to make a move. Or more so when you both come into the right vibration. But it'll be someone you'll recognize almost instantly as being someone that you can relax with. Because that's all it is. You'll know, because you'll feel the ease of it. You won't have to fight for it or jump walls or do loops for it. It will just be there. And that's really important. Really, really important. But that's what I said. Don't ever devalue the little crystals. Because some of the most powerful, high vibrational crystals, you can only get them in very small pieces because they're rare and they're valuable. So, yes. Clear quartz. Probably a good crystal to have on you too at this time to keep you safe, keep your energy safe. But I send that to you with lots of love and good intention, and hopefully that made sense for you. I feel like it does in its own way. But yeah, love is in the air, every space and every sound. I think that's the words. I always forget the words. Yeah, I love that song coming in for you, even though I sung that really wonky. Who sings that song? Does anyone know? Yeah, I can tell. Because you know what? I know why. When I was touching it, my ears started ringing when I put the crystal closer, so it lets me know that And that's why I was focusing on the crystals, because it's like I went to put the crystals together and they didn't want to stay together. The crystal wanted to be in its own right, in its own hand. So I liked it. And then this one became very heavy and dense, but this is actually a very great crystal. It helps me a lot. Pointer Sisters, I knew it. Slow Hand by Pointer Sisters, right? Yay! Yeah, it's 9:44 here. Yeah, clear quartz. Yeah, sorry to start you, or to indicate, oh, shit, indicate you into another crystal. Because we all know how expensive those crystals get. Maybe a sphere. Clear quartz sphere. Square. I said square or fair. Sphere. Sometimes when you get shaped, or even a little pyramid, like the little clear quartz pyramids. Each shape has a different way it conducts energy. That's okay. At least, yeah, Slow Hand, Pointer Sister, there you go. Clear quartz is not so expensive, not as expensive, just depends on the size. Okay. Kira, yes. Oh, Kira, sorry about my singing. I know you got a great voice. I just finished slaughtering songs over and over. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see what comes forward for you, Kira. So don't mind me, I'm just warming up my hands, getting them ready. Oh, great. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. That's what came forward. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Woo! No, sorry. I feel like for you, when I get the Man in the Mirror song, this is someone that's looking at themselves and wondering what it is that they need to look at and fix. And it's sort of like a more truthful, more in-depth look at the man in the mirror. This could refer to an actual man in your life, or I feel like it actually refers to you, because I feel like something shifted in your energy. I want to say something shifted. I feel like a perception shift in your energy, an expansive shift that happened that made you question things about your life. It was like, is this life that I'm living now, is this harmonious to my soul? Is this the right energy for my higher purpose? Is this going to help me in the future? Because you may feel a lot of potential boiling up inside of you or bubbling up to the surface. Right now, a lot of energy moving forward. Close my door, please, Leo. Okay. A lot of energy coming forward, and this almost like this motivation to extend outwards. Like grow. Thank you. It was like extend outwards, like stretch, but it was like actually to grow, because we don't want to stretch ourselves out too thin. Turn that down, please, Leo. Right down. Sorry. It's a good place to question yourself right now. It's like it's a good time and place in the shift. It's literally like a paradigm shift or a timeline shift, that when you start questioning yourself, or wanting to know more, a truthful point of view of who you are, it may be showing that in your reality other people haven't shifted around you. So you may have seen that shift or felt that shift or perceive a different way, but other people around you may still be stuck in a space before. And that can be very difficult, which is making you question a lot of things about your your realities, maybe even. Can we go that far? But definitely little things in your life. It's also a need, or not a need, but a desire to know what you really want to do or be. But you know, you kind of have that passion, but like, how do you make that more, right? How do you amplify that passion and desire to be? What steps do I need to take to get there? And the only way to be able to find that for you is to expand your mindset. But in expanding your mindset, it's become difficult with other people in your relationship or in your reality. Because it's going to be very hard to stop that need or passion to extend yourself outward. To, you know, you literally, I'm pretty sure you know what I mean when I mean by that, by moving forward. Because sometimes people will hold us back in situations or traditions. And maybe what you want to do is a little bit outside of the traditional space. Maybe what you want to do has changed too, has evolved somewhat. So the vision of what you had before has become bigger. Like, that's how it just feels. Everything's become bigger. And you're at the stage of double thinking, double asking, double questioning things, which is good. It's sort of like, you know, I wouldn't be too hard on yourself if you feel like, I feel a little bit confused right now. I feel a little bit confused because I'm, you know, like not too sure about what it is. It's sort of like something that I've been saying to everybody, you know, take that time. You don't have to make the decisions in the here and now. It could be when you've been able to actually find that clarity, you know, where you're in a position to see it from a higher perspective. And we don't often have to force ourselves to make decisions now, because sometimes when we force the decision, we might make mistakes. And yes, mistakes might be great, or there could be a reward at the end of that, but to miss opportunities, job potentialities, or career moves that call from the heart, now that would be very detrimental to your soul expression. So I gave this information earlier to someone else. This is a good time to just take your time with making that decision and let it shape and mold, and find a space of clarity, because it's not going to be easy to just expect to know the answer straight away. I could guide you and suggest to you, but only you can make that right decision for you, because it's based on your choice what pathway you will lead, move forward. And if I said, hey, you should do this, and you went about doing this, then that wouldn't be within your choice, would it? And you would be left up to fate or someone else's suggestion. So the only move you can make is the move that you need to make for you, or change or direction for you. And that has to come from your heart. Sometimes the only way forward is to actually go and ask those questions of yourself. What makes me tick? What am I resisting? That was my question to myself. What am I resisting now? Why am I resisting change? Why am I resisting redirection? Why am I finding resistance within me when I want what it is exactly I'm asking for and receiving, but yet I feel disconnected or disorientated about what it is? And then just asking yourself those questions, and then step back and wait to receive the answer. This is a good time to just take your time, because I feel like the more you sort of like ask the questions and reshape and reprioritize what seems right to you or valuable to you, then you'll see what clearly jumps to the top of that list. You can see it, a progression. If you were to do this for a week, write the 5 things that mean the most to you right then and there on that day, and see what ends up being the top 3 of every day. Let's say you write 10 things, and every day you see 3 particular things, like today, this is important to me, this is important to me, this is blah, blah, blah. And then at the end on Sunday, looking back over and seeing the main common theme, what is important to me on each day. And then you'll find that that should be the top 3 main priorities that you focus on at this time. Like, it could be as simple as that. Because I feel like sometimes when we go into the space of double thinking, this is a good time to reprioritize our priority list and find out what is most valuable. But that takes time. It takes a little bit of research, a little bit of wisdom, and a little bit of heart. And it's sort of like when you gain that clarity, you'll know what to do. You'll know exactly what is the most important for you. And then your decision making becomes easier. Yeah, I think it's time for a pilgrimage. Probably a good time to connect with your God and find yourself in there. Because I keep seeing you standing, it's like I would say a mountaintop, but it's sort of like I see underneath you there's just clouds. So it's sort of like you're standing on a solid piece of ground, but underneath you is clouds. It's almost like you've had to rise up above all the fogginess to see the sun. Because in the distance there's the sun rising up. So, that's what I mean. And that's why I see the pilgrimage, because sometimes it takes time to get up there, to get up to a higher perspective and see the bigger picture, what is directly in front of you. So I send it to you with lots of love and good intention, and hopefully that makes sense for you. There you go. I needed to see the sun too. I needed to see the sun. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Thank you for that. I love that vision. Just standing up the top of this mountain. Well, I want to say it's a mountain, but it just felt like a cliff edge, but it was just all the clouds. You're just standing there, with your arms out, and the sun's just coming up, and it just looked beautiful. It's just a higher perspective. That's all. Like Superman, all the toxicity of the world, he had to rise up above the clouds, and he would, put himself in the sun, and he would be revitalized or rejuvenated. It's like that. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah. Is there any space on the list? I have to ask my mods. I don't know where I'm at for time. Tina. Okay. Cute. I know I've been a bit slow today. Yeah, Tuesday I was like pow, pow, pow. But like I said, tarot cards I can read with my eyes closed. Ironically, I read with my eyes closed. Just Tina. All right, Tina, let's go to 2970. Okay. You know what the funny thing is, Tina? Oh, sorry, it's not here. As soon as I went in, sort of tapped into your energy, the first thing I saw was kids. Little kids going, Tina, like making fun of you. Making fun of you. There might have been some kind of bullying in your childhood, or people that would pick on you, specifically you. And you have to let go of that. you have to understand that if anything I can give you now is that you're so much better than people realized. And it's sort of like, and I can understand that energy too, when you're sensitive, or when you're a little bit different, or when you don't seem to fit within people's kind of, energy and how they expect people to be in the world. They can often be ridiculed or made fun of, or just looked at differently, made fun of for being just slightly different. But what they don't realize is that, deep down underneath that, if they had have actually seen you beneath all of that, they would have seen how kind you were as a person, how loyal you were as a person. And the thing is, that may have followed you throughout your life. Not just maybe the bullying as a child, but people picking on you, like at work, like when you go out, just people having little digs at you for some odd reason. Out of the whole crowd of people, they would seem to target you. A, that's because you're an empath, you're sensitive, and B, that's because your light is bright. And I was saying that earlier, right? When you're doing something right, that's when the devil comes knocking on your door. Because it's when you're doing something wrong that the devil ignores you. That was Denzel Washington today. I saw his video. And it may be why out of the whole crowd you would always be the one picked out, because they're almost drawn to your light, all these broken people, and reflecting their trauma on you. And the cool thing is if you can understand that, and it's a horrible thing to say at the same time, is that you're strong enough to take it, but it's just so many levels of fucked up for us sensitive people, because everything people say to us we take to heart. We take it in as if it's our failure, as if it's our fault, as if it's our dysfunction, because we're not told or taught the tools to discern that this person has pain and suffering inside of them. So if you have very strong healing qualities, and I can feel your heart, and your heart hurts, and I feel emotional about that. It's not always fun to go through. That's why I said, I didn't want to say that you were strong enough, but in the same respect you are. But that's not something you would have wanted to be strong from, taking people's crap. It would have been nice to receive people's love or encouragement for a change. I'm sorry this is coming forward like this. I just got Hodor. Hodor, he seems like a very minor character in the Game of Thrones. I don't know if you've watched Game of Thrones. But in the end, he made that ultimate sacrifice. He would hold the door. And that's what people missed out on. And not really truly taking that time. Certain people, I don't know if it's everyone, because I feel like you do have some kind of support around you and friends around you. But there's a space there, there's specific people that would come at you. And if they had seen behind all of that and saw that if they needed somebody to hold the door, it would be you. It would have always been you. Sorry, my kid's being really annoying right now. Leo, can you go over there, please? Okay, bye. I can't concentrate, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Holding the door. But guess what? Guess what? There are people that see that and know that about you. You do have your support crew. And you're not that little girl or that, that person anymore. People can't do that to you anymore. Because now you can say, hey, that's your responsibility. I know that's not me. That's you. That's your issue. And give it back to them. Give it back to them. I don't mean like give it back to them like, in words, but don't take their energy. Just give it back to them. This is your responsibility. This is your energy. You hold it. And you've probably learned to hold the door for the right people. I'm sorry it's coming out as hold the door. That came in really strong right at the beginning. Hold door. But I didn't want to sort of bring that forward because I didn't want to, because I was talking about ridicule at that time. That it kept coming in, so I've got to listen. I keep holding the door, but this time, hold it for you. Hold that door for you first. This is the time of your empowerment, of you finding your strength and valuing it in the world. You've got a lot of great energy, and it needs to be shared. It needs to flow. It needs to be given out. It needs to be received equally. I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yeah. Release the hold of darkness, Tina. And that just means release that, holding on to that, let it go. And find freedom from that. And value yourself. Love yourself. Put you first. I'll send that to you with lots of love and good intentions. And hopefully that makes sense and helps you. Lots of love to you. Hold the door. Hold the door. Kia ora. Yeah. You have a lot of great energy. That's why I said it needs to be. You need to just let it shine. Hi, Angel. Yes, you will. Is it good love, though? That's what the question should be. Okay. Oh, we're ready? You made it back in time. All right. Welcome back. Do you? Oh. You're maybe emotional. Sorry. Is this your heart song, by the way? It's your heart song. We've all got one. And it's usually the one that you don't realise. It's the one that you sing all the time inside your head, inside your heart. Sorry. It's a beautiful, sweet, simple song. It's sort of like I love that. Let's just say you've got support in spirit, that's for sure. Okay. There's a lot of high vibrational energy and things are changing, so it can translate as fear, but turn that into love. Hi there. Got lots of them songs on. I think my list is pretty full. It's 10:10 right now. Thank the Lord. Amen. So I have little phrases for words. At second to last. All right. All right, let's go. So these are just my intuitive readings without cards. I do use my crystal to hold in my hand because I just like it sort of like keeps me grounded, keeps me. If you can understand, sometimes I can go into like a dream state, even though I'm still talking. It's almost like my spiritual energy will leave my body, and it keeps me here in the body and less in this dream state. You can get lost in there. All right, let's see what's going to come forward. Okay. All right. So I get a certain song. I always get Prince. When it talks about learning to value yourself. So I heard, today will be the day. And that's what I heard from that song. So it's interesting, instead of giving me diamonds and pearls like it would usually say, today will be the day. So this is a very auspicious time or day for you to really find some kind of value in your life, because that's my value song. And it just said, today will be the day. That's what's going. So, okay, when they say value, when they bring value in, there's definitely a time of changing the priority list. So that's been a common theme that's been going through everybody today. Yeah, please. Okay. Hug. Sorry, guys, just gotta let him hug. He's just a hugger. Okay, thank you. So, okay, reprioritizing your priority list. This is like, I got this way back, I think it was a Mercury retrograde, which would have been early February or end of February. So there might have been a change from that time till now when it comes to understanding what is more important to you, what is more valuable to you, and reprioritizing it according to the heart. Oh, I'm getting a lot of energy. According to the heart. I feel like you might have actually been quite inspired to do something, but there might be a little bit of doubt in making that decision. Why do you doubt yourself? Why are you doubting things? It's like, did I hear that right, or did I just imagine that? We often think that, but there has to be a knowing that you can trust yourself sometimes, your instincts even. Even if you don't put it into the state of it being intuitive, but instinctual, it kind of aligns to knowing and trusting it. Because it's just weird, because I just felt like not a tap, but a zap to my brain space. So for me, I take little hints and cues, and they can usually mean an inspired message or insight came in. But then I felt like, was it real or wasn't it real? So it can often mean that there's a bit of doubt going on with understanding whether or not that was real or imaginative. And, like, to be honest, creation energy is partly imaginary as well, because it has to be imagined to be created. And it's through that creation that it becomes, the thought process, right? And then the manifesting into the reality process. My son, he's sensitive too, so he hugs me a lot when I'm getting low energy. Not your energy, but lower energy. And it's, what's really interesting about your energy is that I keep seeing, I don't know if it's a cherry blossom, I want to say a cherry blossom tree, but it looks like a flowering willow tree. Like I know for me, willows don't really blossom here, but it just looks like this, like I'm seeing a scene, like a painting, and it's sort of like a lake, and I have a tree there. Like it's actually quite nice. It's like a hillside, mountainside lake, but it has this particular tree there, and it's hanging over like a willow. I don't know how to describe it, or whether or not that's a New Zealand tree. That doesn't seem like a New Zealand tree, but it looks like a scene. Isn't that interesting? So, what is that movie? Sorry, your energy is taking me all over the show. It might be just the way I'm processing it, but I'm getting very distracted by different things. It feels like I'm getting pulled towards a tree, but then as I'm thinking that, I'm thinking about the movie, the movie where Robin Williams is in heaven. He dies. He goes to heaven. What dreams may come. There you go. Thank you. And his wife's tree, right? She's still, in real life. And they have that connection. I don't know what that comes in for you, what that means for you, if that means anything for you. But when he's in heaven, everything is artwork, right? Because it's his wife's artwork. I just see someone sitting under that white willow tree. It's interesting. Just admiring the tree. What dreams may come. I love that movie, by the way. It's one of my favourite. Do you have someone in heaven you were thinking about before this reading? I'm not saying they're here, but I feel like they're here, as in the scene that I'm seeing right now. It would be like spring too, how I would represent spring. Okay. Okay. So I don't know where it took me, but we went there. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, so where's this going, guys? Because I feel like I'm kind of all over the show. But this is, if anything I can give you, and I know I've said a lot today, it just is my go-to of sort of rounding this up for you so it makes sense. Anything I can give you right now is, if you were inspired by something, there could be a very valid reason why you've been inspired by it. I'll tell you what, I don't know what it is about your energy. I don't know whether you are an artist in painting, but I keep seeing trees and birds and flowers and things like that, and scenes. And even when I tried to round it up, I saw a tree with bluebirds on it, like things like that. And it's constant references to art pieces or art being connected to a form of spirituality. So I'm just going to tell you this: you may often channel spirit. If you are artistic in any way, shape or form, this might be a space in which you channel spirit, because it's just a reference to the connection in the paintings. Whether I know you have art on yours, but it won't let go with the art pieces right now. Like different scenes too, like not just of trees and birds, but I'm getting hints of like rooftops and buildings, even though those are more on the outer side of the scene. A very strong focus on nature, vibrant colors. I love it. It's a very bright palette, if anything I can say. But this is a very good time to understand your creative ability and trust in the insight and the motivation that you may have or be inspired to do. Trust in it's imagination and intuition. They go hand in hand. They need it. That's the creative process, right? Things we're guided to do, things we're guided to draw. Time to just express it. Yeah, art. I feel like this is a really good time for you to really get into that vibe of bringing in, saying some kind of intention for your painting or whatever it is you're creating, and then just put everything on there in it. And it could lead to a very good space of abundance in all its forms, not just monetary. And if I just want to say a little something that came into that, if when you're creating an art piece, have a little inspired message on it too, or at least if you put a little message on the back or something, or talk about, when you talk about the piece, have this little bit of inspired advice or insight that you have, because I feel for some odd reason that might be really important. You have a lot of activity in the brain space, like you have a high functioning mind. Time to utilize it in a way that is powerful, because I keep feeling like I'm getting electric shocks. It's not so much the tapping and touching like I would feel if there was loved ones, but it's just like that. Like, use your mind, use your beautiful mind to create the things that need to come forward into the world. Because here's the cool thing about being creative, if this is where you're at, is that it may not make sense now, but someone's going to see it and it's going to be a message for them. Like, it's going to be like, they're going to see it and they're going to be like, holy moly, this is so weird, but this makes sense to me. Yeah, so I send it to you with lots of love and good intentions, and hopefully that makes sense to you, because that was everywhere. But I do apologise for it being everywhere, but it just felt like your mind moves fast, and I had to really pull it in to get what I needed to see into more clearer perspective. But hopefully that makes sense. I knew you were going to say that. Oh my God. Why did I say that? Well, I didn't want to say that because I felt like that would be beneficial to me. Because that's what I saw. That's why then I said inspired. Yeah, no, I should have just said it. I wanted to say that, but then I thought that was just my wants and my intention. I wanted to say you were going to make an oracle deck. It was just the way it was. Very colourful oracle deck. The colours that I was seeing, they were very bright. And, similar like this. How do I describe this one? I want to show you an image from this oracle deck. And I love it. The reason why I love it is because this particular one encourages or has, like, and it's because I'm, I'm brown, and a lot of oracle decks, they're all very fair and angelic, but it's nice to see some voluptuous bodies, different hairs, like short spiky hair or curly hair, fluffy hair, and just like creative pieces like that, like bright. Similar, this is an oracle deck as well. This is the Earthcraft oracle deck if you want to have some kind of inspiration, but yeah, it's just beautiful. And I'm not trying to influence your thing, but if you make an oracle deck that has brown people in it, let me know. I will get it. It's just nice to see those kind of images as a person of colour, that's all. To see brown skin on the cards. So thank you. Kia ora. Kia ora. Good morning. Oh. Yeah, it took a lot because you've got a lot of ideas, so it's just focusing in. I would say yes to creating an oracle deck, and just because no, I haven't. How are you? Yeah, actually, I'll look it up then, because I'm just getting into that. Sort of recognizing that a lot of my decks are, I just like to see some indigenous spaces in the oracle decks. Hi there, I think I've only got one left and then I'm done for the night. I was a bit late because I was healing, so I do apologize. Well, it's funny that all the cards I want to show you, it's the card of abundance. But it felt like these kind of bright, beautiful colors, but like they were muted, lovely scenes too, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. Oh, look it up. Oh, we are finished, Lo. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. We are finished for tonight. Thank you to everybody that stayed this long. And thank you to everyone that asked for a reading and came in, supported, set likes. I appreciate. But yeah, I need to have a rest now. The intuitive readings I enjoy. I actually really like the intuitive readings without cards. But they do take a little bit longer for me sometimes, because if I get stuck in a scene and I like it, I like to go and explore and hunt, and not hunt's a bad word, but see what's in there and what I can find for somebody. Like Kira had a beautiful scene that I really liked, and I liked sorry, I want to say her name. Atlia? Is it Atlia Art? I'm gonna, hopefully I said that right. But yeah, that was beautiful energy too. Oh, that's awesome. See you again on Sunday. Yep, I'll be there for Q&A Sunday, guys. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. You're very welcome. So if you have any questions about spirituality, healing, or just want to come and talk and connect to the community in here, we have a lovely, supportive, beautiful community where we get to share experiences or just listen to me talk all night while talking to your friends in the chat. I don't mind. Let's all just be present. Share some laughs and some memories and some experiences. And I'll bring in the current energies for the week coming, and hopefully give you some insight on what might be coming and showing up energetically for you as a person. So thank you, guys. It's going to be a very powerful time, so I'm just letting everybody that's in this chat know April 12th is a big, huge transit. So that's going to kick up a notch in our spiritual spaces, especially in the intuitive, because I'm pretty sure it's Jupiter and Neptune in the same degree of the Sun in Pisces. With Pisces, Jupiter is the planet of spirituality. Pisces has that intuition, the a little bit of the darker insight towards intuition, spirituality, and Neptune is also that too. And they're all in the same sign at the same degree, which is really, really important in astrology. And it's like, boom, energy when it comes to spirituality. So we definitely going to need an energy check-in. And hopefully we can just sort of find an easier way through that energy in what may be quite a difficult time for some people. So, oh, thank you, Caroline. And then yeah, so my schedule is Tuesday, Tarot Tuesday, Psychic Thursday, Q&A Sunday. Well, I don't like to use the word psychic, but it's more like intuitive, but it's just easier for people to understand. I don't use cards on Thursday. And that's just my schedule, and I like to have breaks in between so I can rejuvenate my energy. I can't do the everyday thing because I use a lot of, what I call intuitive energy and juice to get the messages, because I go soul deep. And even though I may do it quite short, every reading I'll go all the way in and have a look. Tuesday is the 12th. Oh, well, gosh, God, that's coming around fast, isn't it? But yeah, the 12th, well, then it's going to be really good time to maybe do intuitive readings. Love you guys. Thank you to my mods, my cousins. Love you guys. Yes. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting time. So I'm going to really meditate on that energy for Sunday, and hopefully get some more information for you guys. But I'm pretty sure it's Neptune, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very powerful transit. And it might be just a lot of boosting in the spiritual space. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Good night. Much love to everybody. Take care. Have a great rest of your week, Friday, tomorrow, and weekend. See you on Sunday. Bye. Bye, guys.